Dub Nation, where are you at? Warriors fans, Golden State Warriors fans, where are you at? And how are you doing? So, I'm C-Train. This is the station. Welcome to C-Train Station. And for those that subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But, okay, we just got hit with the Lauri news, right? Golden State Warriors fans, first of all, let me just say this. This is more going to be like an omelette. I'm going to let you know what's up. Hopefully I make this really clear and concise so it can just be more on the short and sweet side and not on the long and ranting side. However much I love to rant and stuff like that, maybe just not the time for it. Let's TCB, let's take care of business. So, Lauri Markkanen has re-signed with the Jazz. What are my thoughts? My thoughts, of course, as a Warriors fan, covering the Warriors, the two biggest losers out of the Warriors not getting Lauri Markkanen, and I'm going to say this again, it's 1A and 1B. The two biggest losers are Stephen Curry and Brandon Pajinski. Okay. Lauri Markkanen was is an even better fit for the next 10 seasons, 10 years, yeah, with Brandon Pajinski than he was even with Stephen Curry. And trust me, he was like the perfect fit for a Steph-led Warriors team as well. But the Lauri Markkanen, Brandon Pajinski pick and roll would have been, I believe, could have been the best pick and roll in the league or best pick and pop in the league. Yeah, I'll say that again. A Brandon Pajinski and Lauri Markkanen pick and pop or pick and roll play in action could have been the best in the league. One of the best. Absolutely. That's how good of a shooter and pick and roller, I think, and popper, I think that Lauri Markkanen is. And also, that's how good I think Brandon Pajinski is when he actually plays with a player who wants to play with him. The Warriors missed out. They missed out. And so here's the thing. There are lots of rumors that, like, the Warriors didn't offer Pajinski. Well, here's the thing. In the trade for Lauri Markkanen, here's the crazy, insane thing. I guess that the Warriors didn't even offer Jonathan Kuminga. All that the Warriors offered was Moses Moody and draft capital. So they essentially didn't try. The Warriors essentially didn't even try to get Lauri Markkanen. If Utah would have accepted a Kuminga, Moody, and plus all the picks in the world and would have saved, and so Lauri Markkanen could have come to the Warriors, okay? If the Jazz would have taken Kuminga, Moody, and picks, I believe that trade would have been the equivalent to the Christian McCaffrey trade to the Niners. And I believe that the Warriors would have benefited just as much, if not more, as the equivalent of Christian McCaffrey to the Niners. That's how big of a loss this is for the Warriors. That's how bad the Warriors botched this whole deal if they didn't even offer Kuminga. Sad, sad days. So yeah, again, they're doing Pajinski dirty. The Warriors are doing Pajinski dirty, not only because now the spotlight's on him because the Warriors, because the rumors were that they wouldn't include him in a trade, and they didn't. But they didn't even include Kuminga, I guess, in the final trade offers. So it does Pajinski dirty because he doesn't get his best, like what would have been an amazing tandem, an amazing duo in Pajinski and Markkanen. 10 plus years in the future, book it, no problem. That's an awesome duo, a competitive duo, legitimately, okay? But also, they did Pods dirty because now the spotlight is him. Like, Warriors media, Twitter's gonna go off every game. I mean, it's tough. They put him in a bad spot because now the spotlight is on him. And there's sort of needless pressure on him because it's like Pajinski isn't the reason that the Warriors are bad at doing trades. It's Lacob and Mike Dunleavy Jr. is the reason that the Warriors suck at making good trades for high quality players, for the real premium players. They're horrible at it, really bad. I gotta move on though. Gotta move on. Draymond Green, welcome down. Gosh, this is scary. Okay, Draymond, within the last week on his podcast, he essentially told the Warriors that they should move on from him. He talked about, so this is what he said. He essentially said that. He essentially told the Warriors to move on from him. If they want to be competitive, you got to look elsewhere. Follow me real quick. on his podcast, all he just talks about how he's seeing the end. He has like maybe 2 years left in him. He also talked about how if the Warriors were to trade him, that he hoped that they would trade him to a contender. These are weird things. He's talking about out. He's talking out. Okay, like gone are the days of like a half a year ago when it was like, no, Draymond Green, I want to be here. I'm going to be here. I want to be a coach for the Warriors after this. No, he's literally saying, I'm probably gone and maybe a couple years. And also, if the Warriors trade me, I hope they trade me to the contender. It's like, why are you mentioning being traded? That must be on your mind if you're mentioning being traded. No, seriously, it must be on your mind if you're mentioning being traded. Okay, let me say this. How can it not be on Draymond Green's mind if he said it and it's on his mind? I didn't say it. He did. Not me. I'm C-Train. I didn't say anything like it. I thought that Draymond was going to retire. I didn't think that he was like talking about the end and like generally. The thing is like with athletes and whatnot, like is like when they see the end and their retirement, like some of them can let up. And Draymond Green has given up on the Warriors before through his punch, through like his suspensions, through like remember that Orlando ejection? He just like decided that he didn't want to play last season. He literally decided that I refuse to do my job. My job is that I'm a player for the Golden State Warriors and I refuse to do that. I refuse the prosperity of being a member and a teammate. A member of the great Bay Area community. Okay, fine, Draymond. I hear you, though, Draymond. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I hear loud and clear. Okay. Also, if the Warriors were to sell and go big at this trade deadline, I want you Warriors fans to bookmark this. I would love for the Warriors to move on from Draymond only for two players, though. If they could get Kevin Durant back, I would love for Steph and Kevin Durant and KD to finish their careers together. Wonderful. No problem with Steph finishing his career with KD instead of Draymond. That's fine, because I think that they'll maybe play a couple more years, okay? And it's like he doesn't talk about being traded all the time. Anyways, okay. Or Anthony Davis. I think that Draymond would really like being traded to the Lakers. In fact, if you were to ask Draymond, I'm not really sure. I think that right now Draymond would probably rather play for the Lakers with LeBron James, who is literally literally maybe his best friend. And I think he knows Rich Paul is really good friends with Clutch. So trade Draymond Green to the Lakers once Anthony Davis' contract becomes trade eligible. No problem. I have no problem with that. So we can get rid of Draymond Green, no problem. But the Warriors are doing themselves a disservice by not looking to move on from Draymond Green right now. He has told the Warriors that he's looking to move on. He's looking to move on through his saying like some hypothetical trade that he said in the podcast, and also by saying that his career is going to be over in like a year and a half or something like that. So the Warriors need to think about this. Okay. Sticking with Draymond, I think that Draymond Green did Andrew Wiggins dirty deeds done dirt cheap. I think he did Andrew Wiggins dirty so bad by saying he's claiming that Andrew Wiggins. So Draymond Green is claiming that Andrew Wiggins is going to come back to his 2022 self, just essentially miraculously. And that he's going to be better than ever. Better than the two-way all-star Wiggs. That's doing Wiggins dirty. I don't think that Wiggins wants to do that. Seriously, if you put Andrew Wiggins to a lie detector test and said, look, this is what it's going to take to get back to that self and that commitment, I think that Andrew Wiggins would say, hey, look, that 2022 season, I gave everything and more, and I do not have that to give anymore. The past 2 seasons, I've had issues with my family where I've had to take months and months and months off from the team, from even seeing any from being out of the facility. Like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like, why is Draymond Green trying to make Andrew Wiggins he just sewed Andrew Wiggins into a commitment And he's like writing checks that Andrew Wiggins doesn't want to cash or can't cash. Even if he can cash it, like physically, I don't think that he wants to. I literally do not think that Andrew Wiggins wants to make all that effort to become two-way Wiggins again. And that's okay. It's okay that 2022 was an anomaly. Because, listen to me, Warriors fans, like I followed Andrew Wiggins' career. 2022 was definitely an anomaly. Okay? Like, I believe in Andrew Wiggins. I love the guy. He brought the Warriors like one of their most true championships ever, right? And also, he has the right to like move on and to like be okay with that. I don't even think he's on good terms with the Warriors anyways. So it's like Draymond Green says that Andrew Wiggins is going to become his 2022 self when essentially that was the anomaly out of his career. And also the Warriors pulled Wiggins from the Canadian national teams so that they could trade him. Like they did that like last month. And there might be animosity there. Got it. Okay. Got it. I think that I'm correct and that Draymond's incorrect. So we'll see. No, seriously, we'll see. And I would love to be incorrect with my theory. I want Andrew Wiggins to return to his all-star form because that would mean that the Warriors would be good. I do not think that is going to happen, or I don't think that he's going to return to that echelon level. And I would love for him to prove me wrong. Only time will tell. Moving on. Let's see here. Oh, I think it's very telling that the Warriors passed on a LaVine for CP3 trade. There's essentially, the Chicago Bulls offered Zach LaVine and change. I believe they offered Zach LaVine and draft capital to the Warriors for Chris Paul and a little bit more, like Chris Paul and change. I believe that, and the Warriors just let they let CP3 go for nothing. They got nothing back for CP3, nothing. That roster slot for salaries gone. That recoup for Poole, they got nothing for Jordan Poole. Horrible brokering, horrible dealing. Okay. That's their lack of getting LaVine. I think that hurt Pajensky again. I believe that the Warriors front office and ownership do not understand utility. I think that they might understand talent, but I strongly believe that they do not understand how to utilize that said talent. And that some talents might not be able to be utilized on the Warriors. And also, okay, that some talents that players like Pajensky have might be nullified because the Warriors front office want him and think that he is something that he isn't. So, with that, I think that the front office is expecting Brandon Pajensky to be like a scorer for the Warriors, and Brandon Pajensky is a basketball player. It's like the dude can, what do I mean by that? He has so many traits that are positive and plays so hard that I do not think that, respectfully, I do not think it is realistic to ask Brandon Pajensky to be a second scorer. I think that he can score close to 20 points per game, like maybe. However, now this is important. Brandon Pajensky hustles so hard. He tries so hard. He essentially puts forth so much effort rebounding in every facet of the game that it is sickening. It would take a sick person to ask him to score. And this is what I mean. Okay, like if you're asking Pajensky to be like a second type scorer, it's like, okay, got it. Like, you know that he's like running 1.5 miles or like on defense alone. And like, it's like, let him rest for a freaking second because he does everything else. Rebounds, passes without the ball, screens, defense, charges. And they're like, no. What we're going to do is take away from your strengths by having you access energy that you don't have because you're giving it all on every other facet of the game to score because we weren't good enough at providing a scorer for you. That's what the Warriors are saying. They're saying we're so bad at our jobs that, Brandon, you have to go and do things that aren't necessarily even beneficial to you or to the team because we didn't give you the tools, the personnel to properly play. And that's where the Warriors don't understand utilizing. They don't understand it. I'll move on, and we'll keep on going with the utilization, and this all ties into it. Guys, this is like season stuff. We're really talking chess right now. I'm not even kidding. Honestly, we're at the level, you and I, where we don't know if the Warriors are even at this level with their thinking. Because if you look at all my videos, I'm dead correct with darn near all the stuff that I'm saying. And you all know that because you returned. But I'll go on. Kuminga is all wrong for the Warriors. I love Kuminga. Kuminga can be an all-star with the Warriors. Again, Jonathan Kuminga can be an all-star with the Warriors. And also, that same all-star Jonathan Kuminga will still be all wrong. Allow me to explain, because I always freaking explain why. I'm not just going to give you this date statement. He is all wrong because he is not conducive to a ball moving without the ball hopping offense. He is a ball stopper. He is a dribble heavy. He is an ISO player. He will tell you that himself. Here's one issue. The Warriors have only had success with that one time. One human being. One man. Who is that? Come on, Warriors fans. Tell me who's the only person who you could break glass, give that person the ball, get out of the way. It wasn't Steph. The only person is Kevin Durant. And let me tell you this. Offensively, defensively, as a basketball player, Jonathan Kuminga is no Kevin Durant. And Jonathan Kuminga will never be Kevin Durant. Hey, he'll be his own person, but he will not be that break glass. There's only been one person. I'm telling you, there's only been one person. And I'll also tell you that when the Warriors have used Kuminga ISO heavy in the way that they used Durant, Kuminga would essentially self-destruct when he saw a double team. And also Kuminga would wrong foot himself defensively. I think intentionally to try to get an attacker to come close so he can take away the space and steal the ball. Doesn't work. It only works for Andre Iguodala. The dude is trying to play like Durant, and he isn't Durant on offense, and he's trying to play like Iguodala, and he's not even close to Iguodala on defense. He's all wrong for the Warriors, and it's sad, and I think that he would prosper somewhere else. I love the guy. Again, I'm a Kuminga fan. And also, I think he can be an all-star with the Warriors, and it'll still be all wrong. Are we thinking yet? Are we thinking yet? Come on. Come on, Dub Nation. So what I'll have to say is last year, I have a beautiful place here, SoCal, sunny Southern California, and my family comes and visits, right? So during the holiday season, so like Thanksgiving to through New Year's, I have like various family at C-Train Station through the house, okay? Like mom, dad, stepmom, sisters, everybody. And in that November to December range, we watched at least 2 Golden State Warriors games, okay? Follow me here. At the end of each of those games, I had to apologize because the Warriors played so poorly. Again, this is just a fact. I'm just telling you what actually happened. Like, are you listening? Look, I hope that somebody on the Warriors is actually like listening to this, or at least Dub Nation. I know that somebody's listening to these words right now. I know we're like 20 minutes into this, but listen to me. Like, look, I had to apologize to family. I had to apologize to family members for having them watch the Golden State Warriors with me. Because the Warriors were that bad. They were worse than that bad last season. I'll tell you what, they haven't improved one bit. They lost their second leading scorer in Klay Thompson. They lost their leading assist man in CP3, point guard. And they want us to think that they're trying. So, Dub Nation, criticize, critique, and really, really take out the magnifying glass for this season. Because this roster, the Warriors are saying the Warriors are standing behind. Mike Dunleavy Jr. and the front office are standing behind this roster. And if this is, and essentially, yeah. We'll see for our own eyes. I hope that the Warriors can prove me wrong. But lower your standards. And I'll tell you this, if I watch the Warriors this next season with the family, and this sucks to say, this is depressing to say. It's actually saddening to say. I'm the biggest Warriors fan freaking ever. Like, I will definitely tell them that, like, no, this may not be the best basketball. No, this isn't that Warriors team of years ago where the ball was moving so beautifully. The ball was popping. Like, there was no weird ISO, herky-jerky, like Kuminga type of play. You know, the ball was moving. Everything was flowing so well. They were playing defense. They were committed. They had the personnel to do it, right? I mean, they had players like Iguodala, Sean Livingston, KD. Wow. Klay Thompson. It may be a long season, Dub Nation, but I'll be here for it. And don't worry. If the Warriors do poorly, like they're setting themselves up to do, I'll be here to tell them all about it. Till next time, I'm C-Train. Hey, Dub Nation, keep the faith because we still got Steph. Bottom line. C-Train out.